Hello, I want to take you through how you can use Skype to create your own video tutorial. This video is intended for those who are already comfortable with using Skype. It's not going to cover any of the basics such as signing on or setting up your computer for video and audio. If you do need help with that, please go ahead and contact the OTS call center. Now I just want to give you a brief overview of the concept of what we'll be doing. You're going to use Skype to create a meeting, and you're the sole attendee of that meeting. Now, the next part of it is the video part of it. That's what you'll be presenting. So you can select to present your desktop, an application, a PowerPoint file, or a combination of these. The other aspect of this tutorial is the audio aspect. Now, not all of your tutorials may need audio, but just like the one I'm creating now, I'm doing both a presentation and recording audio. So you'll use Skype to record that, and the recording will be of whatever you're presenting and whatever you're saying. At the end of it, you're going to have an MP4 file that you can either edit or post online for viewing. And just so you know, we're not going to go through how you would edit a video or where you would publish this. I'm using Skype right now to create this video. I'm going to switch to presenting my desktop. Right now you should be seeing what I see, as if you were sitting at my computer. I'm going to minimize the screen, but we will come back to show some of the items in this screen as you create a video. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into how you can do this. So your first step is to start a Skype meeting. So here I am in Skype, and I want to come over to this options area, and this little triangle here for show menu. Click on that, and one of the options there is to meet now. So we'll click that. This join meeting audio window will open up. If you use Skype a lot or have ever selected this, don't show this again. It won't have this, but that's okay. You should still be set up to this option here of use Skype for Business full audio and video experience. And when we click OK, it's going to open up our meeting window, or what they call conversation. Now I'm going to do something that you won't normally have to do, and that is I'm going to pause this presentation, because in order to show you the next step, I need to arrange a few things. So just bear with me. Okay. And again, I'm just going to switch a couple more windows around to get you looking at what you would be seeing, and that is this conversation window. This is your actual meeting. Now you even see here that it tells you you're the only one on the call, and that is exactly what we want. There is something here that you won't see. It's only because of how I'm capturing this, and that is this alert down here that says the call is on hold. You may, while you're doing this, you may see some other alerts, and you do want to take a look at those to see if something's going on, to make sure you're not losing something in your presentation. So the next step that we want to do is decide what you're going to present and get that set up. Now the presentation part of it, again, that's going to be the video that you'll be capturing. So we'll come down to the bottom of the window. There's this present icon that looks a lot like a monitor or a TV, and click on that. And here are your presentation options: desktop, programs, PowerPoint files. You can also use this manage presentable content. Once you've set up what you'll be presenting, you can use this option to switch between the different things that you present. I'm going to show you a little more of that once we get through the next step. So once you have selected what you'll be presenting, if this is going to be, if you want a narration to go along with your tutorial, your next step is going to be to start recording it. So you'll come down to this right-hand corner button for more options and select Start Recording. Now I'm going to minimize this one and go to My Live Conversation to show you a couple of things for what you can expect when you start recording. Pardon me. So here you see a preview of what is being presented. Up above it is a stop presenting button, so if you need to stop presenting easily, you can just click that. And in the upper right hand corner, you're going to see a record icon. That's indicating that you are in recording mode. Also indicating that you're in recording mode is you have a couple buttons down here to pause a recording or to stop a recording. So at this point, you are ready to go and go ahead and do your demonstration of whatever application you're trying to show someone. And then once you're done, you're going to stop the recording. And you can do that on this button or by going back into your options and choosing stop recording. Now, I told you earlier that I would show you a little more in this window, and I want to bring up in the presentation menu, I want to bring up this manage presentable content. So in the tutorial that you're watching, we started off with a PowerPoint file, and then we switched to presenting my desktop. So this presentable content window is where I would go to switch between my different items. So if I wanted to switch back to the PowerPoint file, I could click that. I'm not going to do that right now. Or I could go back to my desktop. I'm just going to close this window. I just wanted to show you where you would go to switch between different items. Okay, so once you have finished and you have stopped your recording, Skype is going to take over and it's going to start processing this tutorial or this video so that it will give you a file that you can then watch. Now, something that I do while I'm creating these is, even though I've stopped the recording, I'm keeping this conversation window open. The reason for doing that is because you might end up needing more than one take to capture your tutorial. You might make some mistakes, like I've already done, but I'm just going to move forward with it. But the other thing is that when you do set up your conversation window and you add all of your presentable content, this only stays in here if you stay in this particular meeting. If I were to close this, if I come in here and choose end meeting, that arrangement is all gone. It's not a big deal to set it up again, but it is easier, especially if you end up having to do this a few times before you nail it. So that is pretty much it for actually capturing the audio and video. Now, once you've clicked on stop recording, I mentioned that Skype is going to process that recording. It will give you a notification, usually down in your system tray, that the recording is ready. I'm going to just open up the Manage Recordings window to show you what you can expect to see. And here are the recordings that I've created so far with Skype. This top one is the one I'm doing right now, so it is set to a processing status. And when I finish, it's going to take several minutes to process and then move to a completed state. How long it actually takes is going to depend on how long your tutorial is. Now, once you have a completed file here and you see that you can see where it's saved and the name of it, and that it is an MP4, from here you can play it so that you can find out if you are good to go or if you need to redo it. You can also publish it, and this is really just giving you an option for renaming it and putting the file in another file location. This doesn't have a tie-in to publishing to YouTube or any other service. So this does complete our tutorial, and I hope it helps you with understanding what you can do for demonstrating applications or narrating steps a person might need to take to achieve something on their computer. I appreciate you watching. Thank you.